Hi everybody, it's Crazy. This week has been fun. There's been a lot of good stuff going on, a lot of good things happened, and some funny things happened. Uh, the first off and first and foremost, a buddy of mine brought it to my attention that um, there was something wrong with my videos. My past two videos, there was something majorly wrong, and my buddy don't sugarcoat it. He just straight up told me there was something wrong, and you know, so here I am today that I fixed it. So if you've guessed it and you know what it is, just leave me a comment in description saying, "Hey, I guessed it." We're good. Or you can drop by my server and say, "Hey, Crazy, yeah, I caught it." Give me a wave, say hi, follow my rules, and you can stay as long as you like. Okay, so I'll have that in the description as well, like I always do. Uh, with that, so that was one of the good funny things that has happened this week. Besides the many takes I've done to try to get this, because I've had some weird stuff go on. I had motorcycles driving by. I've had other stuff driving by, and uh, you know, normally it's pretty quiet about this time of night, and it's just one of them nights where it was going to be loud. So you know, bunch of funny stuff. On a good note, a good thing that's happened this week is my little brother updated his computer, and he went from a 3600, AMD Ryzen 5 3600 to a Ryzen 7 5800, and he went ahead and sent me his old CPU. Now, the CPU isn't that old. It's roughly about maybe 6 months to a year old, from the time he bought it. And one of the funny things is I was trying to put it in, and I came across a problem. And being an old school computer builder, uh, I did 486s, 386s, Pentium 1s, Pentium 2s. And around about Pentium 3, I kind of lost the ability to do so and then the edge to do so. But I did not realize how things have changed in the computer building industry. And so I wound up facing myself with a problem, and I had to call my little brother and ask him, and he was like, "Dude, you're supposed to be the computer guy, and I'm telling you how to do it." And I'm like, "Dude, I haven't worked on computers in years, so us old guys who used to work on old computers, give us a break, okay? We had a little bit different situations than you." um, but he instructed me on how to fix the problem, and within a few minutes, I had it fixed up and started up and fired up, and hey, here I am, back on my computer. And here goes my little PC. Right there goes my AMD chip. It looks exactly the same as my other, my 2600, and because they're the same kind of, cooler and heatsink. But there's a 36 underneath that hood, a 3600, and yeah, I've noticed a good difference. File transfer rates are good. Um, I did some benchmarking, and I did Blender benchmark. I did a couple other benchmarks and some stress tests just to make sure it wasn't going to crap out on me, because I was going to punch my little brother in the nose if he, gave me a crap chip. Uh, and so it's working fine, as you see. Um, my logo, my stuff's going off on the side here, my little lights are twirling, so everything's good. Um, so with that, I was happy to finally be able to get back into it. I went to download uh, Cyberpunk 2077 again, because for some odd reason, the latest patch, the 1.21 patch, has literally not wanting to work on my computer. And it was doing that before I switched. I haven't even bothered trying it. I just went ahead and downloaded the one that already had the patch in it. And I might be removing my old one and trying that one to see if it would work. That's one of the other things I was working on today. I was downloading the files. I don't really have a super fast internet speed. I wish I had, 1 gig service, but I don't, Um, but it took me a little while to get to where I'm at now. And plus, with all the mess ups and everything else and noises, it took me even longer to create the video. So, with that being said, I fixed a few problems. I got my computer running good. Everything's back up. All my downloads are done. My video is going. And so far, it's been a really good week. I really hadn't had struggles this week. I brought up, let's see here. Oh, I want to keep that one. Let's turn these off. Okay, I got, like I said, I've been working on Python and trying to get my Python knowledge up to where I can actually be able to build my game. Now, for newbies, and I'm going to say newbies, people who do not understand what's going on, please bear with me. Okay? For loops, ifs, breaks, prints, for people who have done these links, people who have worked with Python kind of understand these. A lot of them understand them like the back of their hand. But for the new person, the person that has just figured, just like, oh, I want to be a programmer, I want to be a game designer, I'm going to be a dev, they're not seeing this yet. They're not understanding what these, what these all do. So I'm basically talking to those people right now. You may know these, but if you don't, get a good book. Invent Your Own Computer Games with Python was one of the ones I first started on, and I enjoyed it. I delved into it and I was eating it up. I was spoon feeding myself this day in, day out. So I tried to learn it, and what happened was I actually wound up basically shooting myself in the foot because I ran through it so fast that when I started looking at code, it wasn't making sense. Things in the code like, guess equals guess.lower. Blanks equals blanks with all this funky stuff in it. What does I mean? Things started losing me. I started losing my grip on a lot of the stuff I did. And people said, oh, well, I just watched the tutorial. I did that too. And I even built an entire game from a tutorial that I watched and added more stuff to it, made, the mouse cursor be the controller key, so on and so forth. And all the while, looking at the code, I understand certain things, but there were some things that, when somebody asked me how my workflow was, I'm like, I put it together. And they're like, how? And typed it out. Well, I mean, how does what does this do this and why do you do this and how do you do that and how did you get that to work? I don't know. So there you go. Now you don't know, and you don't want to look like an idiot. So you say, well, I'll have to go back and look at it because it's been a while. Or you make up an excuse, or you try to figure out how you did it, and then try to explain it to them, in your way of thinking. And so a person who works with Python, Pygame, BPY, Blender, UpBGE, Armory, whatever, when they're looking at it and you're telling them how you do your code, and they're like, you could have done it a lot easier, dude. Oh, I mean, dude, you went from your butt to your elbow, and you didn't have to do all that. Look, just type this in, and they tell you just like quick code, and you're like, but it took me 3 days to do that. And now you get depressed and you get downsided because of the fact that now all this code that you put in was shortened down to like 2 lines. And you're like, now, that's kind of depressing. Don't let that depress you. Most people who are trying to show you how to do something aren't doing it to make you look small. Okay, they're not. They're not trying to make you look small. That's how they learned, and they learned it, and they want you to learn it, so they just give it to you. I tell people all the time, don't give me the code. Help me understand it. You help me understand it, I'll learn it. And Yeah, apparently I lied on that one because I still didn't understand it. So going back, starting all over, going to books like this and videos that help me get going forward, you know, well, started helping me better understand what code I'm writing, why I'm putting this here, why is this going here, how come I use a return statement. So for those people who don't know how to do code, learn this stuff first. Get your toolbox. You know, you can beat a bolt off with a hammer. It's proven fact you can. But do you really want to work that hard? You know, I'm pretty sure you don't because I don't. And I'm only saying that from my view. You know, proper tools equal easy work. You know, why bring a hammer when you can bring a power socket? Makes sense, right? Take a bolt off with a done. Hammer. You're gonna be there forever. But you can get it off. It can be done. But doesn't mean you need to. And that's where people are talking, and a lot of people talk about, oh, don't reinvent the wheel. Don't reinvent the wheel. I don't want to reinvent Python. Python's already been invented. They got some cool stuff that works. I don't want to reinvent it. I want to learn it. I got to understand what all this does. I have to. And that's what most people who are beginning are trying to do. They're trying to learn that. And they're force feeding themselves this. They're spooning it in. Don't spoon it in. Take your time. Taste it. Understand it. Get the flavor of it. Okay? With that, I built yet another little tiny game. It's a text-based game. And yeah, if I run this right now, see here, not customized. No, let me do it the right way. There. Okay, get the right one. Okay. Oh, look. Check it out. Nice little game. You say, okay, use your vowels. A. Oh, I got two A's. You know, you can continue on if you guess the wrong letter. Uh-oh, I've got a missed letter. So now I've got a little head on my guy here. Okay, so yeah, okay, so now I got to guess my next one. Let's go T. Oh, there's T in there. So on and so forth. When you finally, let's put two letters. It says, uh-oh, enter a single letter, please. Okay, one. Try using a letter. Huh. Okay, so I'll just put P. Oh, there's P in there. Okay, let's try T. Oh, wait a minute. I already used that one. Try again. See? So as it goes through, and if you don't get it, by the time you get I missed all. Okay. Oh, see, you have run out of guesses. After 8 missed guesses and 5 correct guesses, the word was cantaloupe. Do you want to play again? Nah. And game ends. Wow, that was pretty easy. Cute little game, huh? Well, I learned how to do that, and it was 140 lines of code. Okay, so when you're learning something, it's kind of hard to do it. All those people who know how to do code, but they don't know how to do a certain specific type of code. Okay, BPY, Pygame, those take different parameters and have different functions, but they're still basically the same. There's ifs, there's elses, there's breaks, there's prints, there's trues, there's all this stuff. Range, length, not in, ifs, you name it. It's all there. Okay, so working on trying to build that up, continue on with it. Read a book, do a video, get your knowledge on it. It's not that hard because I'm doing it and I'm old. So give it a try, and you know I don't know what else to say. Just give it a try. Go with it. Don't shovel it in your mouth. Okay, don't shovel it in your brain. Give it a good taste test. Swish it around. Understand what you're putting up here. That'll help. Okay, it's helped me, so hopefully it'll help you. Do a video. Videos are good too. If you like videos, they work. I like videos. I'm an audiobook fan, so reading books is kind of boring for me. I fall asleep easy. but I'm learning it. So those were the fun things that happened today. I was able to do a lot of stuff today. This week has been fun. I had a lot of things happen at work that were positive. I had a lot of things at home that were positive. Had some, few issues. Not everything comes with, cake and ice cream, but things went well. So far that's it for this week. We'll see you next week.